Evening Big Shavers, how we doing? You alright? Another video from me, Mike Challoner, just because I'm a little bit bored. It's a Sunday evening, not a lot going on, and it's the last evening before I go back to work, so it might be the last video from me for a week or two. I'm not sure how many people actually watch these things, but if you do, thank you very much. Just a quick one from me, primarily because I've got a couple of things that I wanted to share with you guys, and an untested product that I'm going to give a bash in a minute. First thing was, a lot of people asking about this stuff, Prince shaving cream, asking if it's any good. A lot of people say no, it's not that good. Now I'm in that camp that as a shaving cream, because it doesn't lather and it's not, it's about £4 or £5 I think for a small tub. I think that cost over £5, so it's not cheap stuff. For you're looking at, I think barberblades.co.uk sell one of those tubs of tobs for £7, so there's not really much of a comparison really. But if you have got some knocking about, say the other half bought you some for Christmas or birthday or something like that, or a friend, or you managed to pick some up without realising it's not a particularly great cream, I have found a use for it, and that is it makes a pretty good pre-shave cream. So if you just get a little bit and rub it into your beard before you make a start, it acts, well, I'm going to be honest with you, I ordered some Paraiso pre-shave, but it's not going to be here for another 3 or 4 days, so I've never actually used a pre-shave cream before, but I have noticed that this does make quite a bit of difference, positive difference. It just softens up your beard quite nicely before, you do shave. So that's that in there. So today I'm going to use, I was going to use my Omega ball brush, but I forgot to soak it, so we'll use the Edwin Jagger Best Badger. I'm going to use that bad boy, and a litre cream. This is stuff that Bartek sent me. I've used it 3 or 4 times now, and every time I use it I am just really impressed with how good it is. I used to be very sort of economical with the amount of cream I used to use. I used to use like a pea-sized amount. Now recently, a couple of reasons, I have started using quite a bit more. Because one is I've noticed that the lather is a lot better when you use more. So that's about how much I'm using now. And secondly, just to get through some of them, really, to be honest with you, I've got literally a shelf full of creams, and I really want to try some more, but I'm banning myself from buying any more until I've used up at least 3 or 4 more creams and soaps, because otherwise my house will be overrun with them. And the last thing I want to do is waste it. So I'm just going to quickly face lather. This stuff it's got an interesting smell. It's really nice, but it's a little bit unorthodox. I wouldn't know exactly how to describe it. I'm rubbish with stuff like this. It's got a slightly soapy medicinal scent to it, but also quite herby. Yeah, it smells like herbs and like soap and maybe a little bit of medicine in there, but yeah, that's it. I mean, Bartek sent me it, and apparently it's about €1 for a tube of it, which at that price point is absolutely fantastic. Now I'd say it's comparable to tubs and other 3Ts products in terms of the quality of the lather. I mean, I've just face lathered there in about 30 seconds. Didn't even shake the brush off properly, and I've got, in my opinion, a pretty damn good lather from there. So the next thing I'm going to have a quick talk at you with as well. The next thing we're going to be trying today is laser blades. I know Mike Smith absolutely rates these above everything else. I am on a bit of a straight kick at the minute. I've just had 4 straight razors sharpened and honed and repinned, and I won a Wade and Butcher off eBay last week, which is going to wing its way over to South Wales in the next couple of days, and I'm going to have that restored and honed. Had a very slight chip in the blade, but it should come back shave ready. It shouldn't and rescaled, so that's going to drop a few quid on that. Straight razor shaving is proven to be quite expensive, but I do really enjoy it. But anyway, I've got a fresh first shave laser blade in there, and I've never used one before, so I'm just going to do one pass with the Edwin Jaeger razor, because it's pretty much my sort of default razor really. It's the one I've been using the longest, just to get a feel for it. So let's have a bash, let's see what I think of them. First impressions are, they're actually pretty good. I was not expecting a lot from them at all. Have I got a little nick there? I might just be a bit red. Wasn't expecting much from these at all. I know Mike likes them, but I know he's in the minority. And, oh crap, I think I might have nicked myself then. I shouldn't talk and try and shave your jaw at the same time. But I paid 40p from Wilkinson's for 5 blades. That's 8p a blade in a bricks and mortar shop, so you really can't expect very much from that. But seems to be doing alright. I've got a couple of nicks there, which suggests to me that they're actually very, very sharp, because that's normally what happens with feather blades. Anyway, I'll shut up for a minute, I'll shave the rest of my neck and I'll see how we get on. Wow, not bad at all. Those are actually pretty damn good. Be interesting to see how well they get on in the Bakelite slant. And what I do mean to do is revisit some blades that I used initially a few, like maybe 6 or 8 months ago. Which initially my face wasn't I wasn't a massive fan of. One was Lords, really didn't like Lords, and I didn't like Sharks either. But I just wonder if that was because at the time my technique or prep or something was lacking, and subsequently I have a better one. Now, that Edwin Jaeger as well has given me a much closer shave than I remember. That's actually quite impressive. Every aspect has improved considerably since last time. Probably not used my Edwin Jaeger in about 2 months. I thought I'd stopped improving, especially since I've been on a big straight kick recently, but that has left me with a very, very nice thing. I think I'll just do one more pass and we'll call it a day. We'll just do it across the pass, across the grain pass, and see how we get on. But those are very, very good. Like I say, they were 40p for 5 blades. So if you're in Britain and there's a Wilkinson's near you, go and have a look. I mean, they do the palm olive cream for £1.50. They do have some packs of Wilkinson swords blades, but they were like £2, so you can get them online cheaper than that. There's some palm olive shave sticks in there, and they also had the seconds version of this brush, the Erasmic one, for 60p. So if you're interested in, if a friend inquiring about wet shaving or you've not had a go yet and you just fancy giving it a bash, I think Wilkinson's is actually a good place to start, because if you got the palm olive cream, the Erasmic shave stick, you've spent £2.10. Pick up a packet of laser blades, you've got that's £2.50. Got the boots and get the Wilkinson's called Classic. I mean, what's that, about £4.50, £5? You've actually got an acceptable wet shaving kit there for a temp spot. And yeah, it's not going to be the same sort of the same sort of quality as you know, the Edwin Jaggers or your vintage Gillettes, but you're trying it for the same price as as a packet of Gillette Fusion cartridges. So if you ever go and your face really doesn't like it, or you don't like it, and you just rather go back to your cartridges, nothing ventured, nothing lost, really. You know what I mean? For a tenner, you can't complain, and it's gonna, if you get, how much? 4 carts. So you get 4 shaves out of each. 16 shaves. If you try wet shaving for a month, and at the end of the month you're not doing so well with it, you can bang it on the head. It's cost you absolutely nothing, because it would have cost you the same as if you'd used a cart. So I did bring my Gotta straight in as well. I was going to use that as well, but I think that's a little bit overkill. There's no point. Done 2 passes. Now I have got a few little tiny nicks, so I'll get the styptic on those. But those blades are actually very, very good. I think I do need to revisit some of the brands that I didn't like very much. The Sharks, the Lords, those ones, and just see how much of it was lack of prep, or sometimes you hit a bit of a funk, don't you, and you don't have very good shaves for a while, especially when you're learning. And this was several months ago, so I might go back. I think I have still got a few, 1 or 2 Lords and Sharks knocking about somewhere in my samples kit. I don't think I did do samples for people and gave a lot of them away just because I was convinced that I didn't like them, but I might try them again, just see how they get on. I don't think they're going to be my best blade. 7 o'clock sharp edge hold that esteem, and the 7 o'clock blacks, which annoys me because I really don't like giving Gillette any more of my money, because they're an absolute abomination now with the carts and the foam. I think they're just absolutely trying to pull people's pants down and just absolutely maximising the profit margins, and just lying to the customers in advertising. But to be fair, they do still in some parts of the world produce really good double edged razors. But for the most part, I am using my straights now as well. So anyway, yeah. In summation, Leader Cream. If you can get hold of it somewhere, I'm sure there must be some international vendors who are doing it fairly cheap. If you can get hold of that, even with the shipping and stuff like that, it's going to be worth your time. And lasers. If you're in the UK and you've got a Wilkinson's near you, pop in, because you can get a 5-pack for 40p, and they're really, really good. I was a bit worried that they'd absolutely hack my face off, and I've got a couple of nicks, but that's probably more due to the fact that I've been gassing to you guys and not paying attention. Ooh dear. Than any shortcomings in the blade. They're definitely sharp enough to do the job efficiently. So I'm a happy bunny with them. Well done, Mike. You're right. They're pretty good. Right guys, take care.